welcome, guys. Fiifi-Manfred Sudi evening edition of us on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Obviously, today, obviously, we have brought two content already of us on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. The morning one, early morning one, yeah, the man, of course, the next one. I say, we are also on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, and the next one, yeah, bro, and then you mean there's a lot to talk about it over there. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about the conversation of Chelsea Football Club. We had more Chelsea in the Conference League. We had more a big game that's going to go on for Chelsea and the Conference League. You know, there's a lot of things, a lot of changes, and now I came to break a story for you. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about some other things that because it was our Chelsea conversation. We'll talk about a lot of things that was on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, like we always do. Once subscribe to the channel, now subscribe to the channel and turn on notification. That is very, very imperative. So subscribe to the channel, no turn on notification. We're making sure say notification turn and what choose you all. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Again, the Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Let's have a good conversation. Obviously, Chelsea are playing against Heidenheim. Obviously, in the German Bundesliga. It's a team. Very, very stubborn. In fact, out of the 6 teams, unbeaten. Our German, the Conference League, one of them, and it's difficult for anybody to go against and play them. Our Conference League, they've done very, very well. The Conference League, and yes, in the German Bundesliga, they've not done enough. I know, and a little bit of a worry for Heidenheim for them. But in terms of the Conference League, they've been very, very good. Our manager Smith this week was talking about how he's looking out to the Chelsea challenging Eba for them and the things he's expecting in there. But and now I broke the story for you to have the conversation. We have the conversation about and then Chelsea open training section, and it was live. It was live. We were there on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. We brought you the latest ones. Chelsea players a chili, and now me brought an update of a certain Chelsea young player and Como freezing out. But it looks as if the Chelsea forum have rescinded their decision, and then they've brought a young boy back into training. Share training video. I don't want to talk too much about that training session, and Chelsea have been clear. So somebody at Brantiam, your friend Joshua Champ, they've had conversations, more updates later. Let us go on and watch Chelsea for live video. They had a lot of guys in Kuku, Sancho, Modric, all of these guys, in fact, but majority of the guys on my boy Leicester's game, they were not here. I will do the analysis and explain to you inside with Enzo Maresca, but this one was with the current team. And all of them are training ahead of us in a game. No long talk. I mean, pause it. You can video. We'll come back and we'll do the analysis of us on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Let's go.
Okay, he's up to the line, and very good. Inside foot.
Abrante's friend Joshua Acheampong. Chelsea for seems to have been making progress on Abrante's friend Joshua Acheampong. And then just as training pictures about out, Joshua Acheampong, a part of Chelsea team at A training. So Joshua Acheampong, a part of a Chelsea team, full training team at A training ahead of that game against Hedenham. So it means that Joshua Acheampong has not been frozen out, and as it stands now, Chelsea for are making huge progress with them. Yesterday, Sabia Manchester stream now, I did mention, said Abrante's friend Joshua Acheampong. Chelsea are trying to get a contract extension for him. As it stands now, there on signing the new contract, but Chelsea for catcher and said, Nyame Adman next season. So when Tinye be in the first team, he's going to play at Strasbourg. Now, and more try say better class beats at Strasbourg, then he competes there. And so also French League the French Ligue 1 is quality in terms of the closeness to the English Premier League. French League 1 are very close. So if Joshua Acheampong can go on to come and play in that game against Tima, your friend, to go and play for Strasbourg, then definitely he'll be close to the levels of the English Premier League, and that's what Chelsea are trying to sell to the entourage of Abrante's friend Joshua Acheampong. Now, the entourage of Joshua, any Paris Saint-Germain didn't come on, how many Real Madrid didn't come on, how many Bayern Munich didn't come on, and of course, how Bayern seems to be giving a lot of pathways to a lot of the English boys now. It's the reason why Chelsea are very, very keen in making sure that Abrante's friend Joshua Acheampong is going to be at Chelsea next year. And once Abrante's is fully fit and he's going to be in the senior team, and that training session, full training lesson, a little bit like the senior team and as the first team, the game against Leicester, all trained away from the junior team into Conference League team. And training, Abrante's friend Tosin Aderebia, Axel De Sassi, Benoit Bedashile, Renato Vega, Sturge, Acheampong, Casede, Kenan Drisbio, Kanichukwu Emeka, Dyer, Raksachi, Nkuku, Sancho, Modric, Tariq George, McGill, and Abrante's friend Emeka. So it's a team of all of those guys who didn't play against Leicester City, and the plan is simple. Someone may have full training, then the other guys too will do a light training against Hedenham side. So it is clear, Sir Abrante's friend Tariq, Joshua Acheampong, are now fully part of team now about in that game against Hedenham. And mate, said very clear, said in arresting Malo Gusto and not playing him full, very, very certain, Sir Abrante's your friend Tariq, Joshua Acheampong is going to play in and clear. So by signing contract extension, and Madrid are not going to get him. Like I did say yesterday, Madrid for possibility of getting Abrante's friend Joshua Acheampong is hinged on if Abrante's your friend Trent Alexander-Arnold doesn't join or not. And in that training session, clear or no, Gusto, Acheampong, De Sassi, clear inside training jersey, and I'm glad to say and now my update I said Joshua Acheampong, Chelsea are making progress with him. I've been very, very clear, and I've been proven to be very truthful. Said Chelsea for are going to go in there and then have Abrante's friend Joshua Acheampong. Chelsea don't want to sell him. Chelsea are very clear, said they will not sell Abrante's friend Joshua Acheampong, and they want to make sure said they will keep him to play at Chelsea Football Club. Now let me remove in some big conversation of Chelsea, any team of friend Hedenham or China. It's important. My kind several times said one of the things that's clear with Enzo Maresca, said he doesn't take any competition for granted, and it's same with the Conference League. Now what Enzo Maresca seems to be doing, and clearly so they want to be doing, and he said when it comes to the Conference League, he said they will play all of those guys that do not play regularly with English Premier League. Now while Enzo Maresca able with the games and it with able with the team that plays in English Premier League, one thing is clear: the standards have to be the same. And I've said it several times. It looks as if Enzo Maresca is more fixated on principle and then, of course, execution of the principles as a manager than any other thing. And the first team, they play in a particular fashion. The second team that will become entirely different, also play in the same fashion. Now, if you look at the list that I did read for you, Sancho, Modric, and Nkuku, these are all senior players, but training with a Conference League team. And it is clear. Say Enzo Maresca will demand the same thing for them, God willing, tomorrow when they fly to go and play in Germany against Tima, your friend Hedenham. Now, like I did say, Enzo Maresca has been clear. It's about the domination of the ball. And one of the things they are clear, and they say, in the Conference League, there are also teams that are performing as good as Chelsea. 6 of them, including Chelsea, are unbeaten in our Conference League. Now, all of these teams echo 100% in terms of number of games or winning our conference league, because also be said Fiorentina, should be said all of the other guys all conference league the level of competition our form as compared to the Europa League and even the Champions League, our form. So most of the times when teams when players and I say teams that go in conference league, they want to exert themselves in matches like this and then go on and win. Yeah, can you say before the international break, Chelsea had the most difficult games to play. Our Premier League game and even in the Conference League. After the international break, Chelsea have fairly easy games to play. And it starts with this game, against Hedingham. But like I did say, Hedingham are part of the 6 teams of our Conference League, unbeaten. So it tells you, but if you go into the German Bundesliga, now share the statistics of Hedingham for them. They have not done so well in all competitions, in local competition. I mean, our German Bundesliga, they've not done well at all. It affects you. Now, also German Bundesliga, now, Hedingham, our 15th position with just 10 points. This weekend, almost against FC Bayern Leverkusen. In fact, they were up by 2-0 against Bayern Leverkusen in the first 20 minutes until Xabi Alonso Martino came to turn the game around and then won it by 5-2. Hedingham form are looking for a reaction, and they hope the reaction is going to be in Europe. Now, this is a team that performed creditably well last season. Our Germany hold them, and then they are coming to play in the conference. So Chelsea know that going away to go and play against Hedingham, any easy games are, and then they need to make sure they tighten their grip. Of course, on all levels, to make sure they get a result against team and friend Hedingham. How are they going to do that? Going into a name you game or heading them for now. So also heading them for now. Although almost struggle with German Bundesliga, like I did say, in terms of the conference league, they have been good. Now, Coach Smith, I say, for him, it's about really showing more passion. Now, forcing a lot of results against team and friend Chelsea. Now, so they will be able to do all. In fact, in my last 5 games, they have won just one. Until they don't draw, they just lose. Or now say they will win. For Enzo Maresca, everybody knows the story, but what a story are Enzo Maresca and Chelsea, and how almost everybody is beginning to give plaudits and credit to Enzo Maresca as a coach. People are beginning to accept Enzo Maresca as a coach. He comes with a certain degree of understanding of the job, and as it stands now, was stable shape. To be very honest, sometimes even me, who saw it from far, and I okay, Chelsea will be good. Even under the new manager Enzo Maresca, when it gets to times like this, I kind of also think that Enzo Maresca has outdone himself, and there are a few things that he can tweak. And then now me share Chelsea games now, and I watched a few things that Branty and Enzo Maresca beating us what he can change. Then we'll beat him team, how we'll beat him team better. I think that one of the things that Chelsea have not done so well with Chelsea crosses from seam play, and I said from open play. So Chelsea have bonus or build up. Most of the times, the crosses that will end up in shots, and they are not good crosses. When they come from Noni Madueke, when they come from Modric, usually a bit of pedal net to the end better. And that's something that Enzo Maresca himself, with time, he needs to work on. Especially, Joshua Acheampong, the young academy player, whoever can the senior team need to prepare for a game against Hedingham. It's something that he really needs to work on in making sure crosses ending in shots have to be a little bit better in that regard, because against teammates Hedingham, one of the things that they do, and they said clogging Fiifi on them, they prevent you from having the ball. And I'm expecting just like team and friend Leicester City, that's what Hedingham are going to do. They are going to have seed possession to Chelsea, normal clogging Fiifi. But there's something Abranche friend Enzo Maresca against Leicester that was excellent. And Mekacho, the nominal formation of Marco Correa as a fullback, but Chelsea get a ball, no who they wait, on the left hand side was good, because consistently he pulled James McAtee outside and a man space better for Joao Felix in the half space. Then on the right hand side because Noni Madueke was there every time, Ndidi was either following him and also the Abranche friend Kopama every day. It left spaces, so even if Ndidi close down Kopama, what Abranche, your friend Enzo Fernandez will do, he will pop up in that space to try and combine play, try and win the ball in that area, and then be the extra man in terms of the +1. We are expecting Hedingham are going to play also in another mid block. in a little bit condensed. They'll cede possession to Chelsea. Now it's about the patience. One thing I realized, and I say Chelsea ever in the Conference League, the second team, they are not as confident as the first team. And usually what happens is that when teams sit in the mid block, they're able to get turnovers and counter attacks. Even it happened in our EFL Cup na Chelsea and in Newcastle Bueno. And again, it starts from the centre back. I know Sinyami had more chance. In any case, Abrante Fene Benoit Belachile is going to be at the back. One of the things that's going to be important, I said, Benoit has to replicate the form of boy against Leicester. When you a little bit of a wishy-washy start, Benoit the performance is no form. In the game against Headingham, I think that he will need that level of consistency and he will need to play better against him and Headingham. Senebe or Campbell, he will get his confidence, and then the team will also get confidence from him in terms of playing out from the back, dominating play, controlling the game, creating sustained pressure, and then getting the goal in that regard. And that's going to be very, very important for our branch friend Benoit Belachile when he goes on to play against team your friend Headingham. Nyame Adoma Ochina our Conference League of course, I think it's Chelsea should really impose themselves inside game. They really should dictate the pace of the game. Headingham is not going to be an easy game, but of course, I'm really thinking that Chelsea have enough to make Headingham for Nyame Adoma Ochina over there in the Conference League. Of course, we'll talk about the various details also I've given him, and then we'll come back with a lot of analysis, post-match analysis on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Bye-bye.